We're probably fine.
We'll probably fine. And welcome to Way Too Broad, a show and tell program for really, really ridiculously excited grown-ups. I'm Hannah, and these are my co-hosts. It's a silly late Friday edition. And these are my co-hosts, Erin and Ben. Hi, Erin.
Hi. It's almost like the Silly Late Friday is our other co-host. Hi, Ben.
Silly Friday is really the fourth character. The fourth main character.
We also are late because I started a popsicle when we should have been starting a podcast thinking it's just like a frozen drink. It's like a second drink. I don't know why it was a third. It's like another drink. It's just frozen first. But it proved to be louder and more cumbersome than anticipated.
You know what's weird?
We had to wait.
To think about?
What?
Everything that is a solid is technically frozen.
What?
Because the point at which something transitions from a liquid to a solid is called the freezing point.
Oh,
so
the spoon's frozen?
Going from liquid to solid, the process is called freezing.
Oh, so it's always freezing even though it's not like
so it's
cold.
Technically frozen.
Okay, because there is a point where our skin would become liquid in the heat.
Yes.
Yeah. Like in that movie with the Ark of the Covenant.
Am I wrong about that? Is there another word for it?
No, this spoon is frozen.
Solid?
I don't think...
Solidifying?
Is it solidifying? Maybe it is. Maybe I'm wrong. But technically everything that's solid can become a liquid. It can liquefy.
But it can also freeze. But, our skin is solid. It's solidified from liquid to solid. And then it can freeze.
In the womb.
In the womb. That's what womb is.
It's a freezing chamber.
It's a cryogenic baby freeze.
Ben, if you don't know... No one can help you. You're the only person on this podcast who's in grad school for science.
Oh, no, it's called solidification or crystallization.
Well, maybe I should be in grad school.
I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not in grad school for fucking chemistry.
Yeah, chemistry is stupid. Moving on. What are you drinking?
Who's first?
I think I'm
Who's
first.
drinking whose and in what order?
I think...
Ben, what are you drinking?
I am first. I was right. I fucking knew it.
He fucking
Just icing water.
He didn't
today.
know the freezing thing, but he knew
Just
this
icing water. It's got frozen and liquid parts.
Nice.
And the liquid parts are icing.
Yes, if everybody could please state their beverage and what state it's in.
Okay, I'm next. All my beverages have liquid and probably also gas parts. So, first of all, I got 3 drinks. First of all, there's this one. Which is my standard soda stream that I made here at my home.
Oh, that's crisp. That's the crisp one.
That's a big one. I bring this to work in the morning, and I don't, touch it the whole time I'm driving in usually, so it gets really, pent up in there. And then I walk in, and I, get all set up, and, a few minutes after I sat down, I open it up, and it does, the loudest, longest, fizz, that you've ever heard. That, but twice as long.
Wow.
And that's, how I announce to everyone that I'm now present.
Hannah is here and ready to work, and ready to hydrate.
Ready to hydrate. Ready to make interesting sounds.
All day long.
All around you. Yeah. My second drink is a beer from Warwick, Rhode Island, from Proclamation Ale Company. It's a sour ale with strawberries and lactose.
Oh.
It's called Strawberries.
Wow.
And it's really good. It's so good.
Ooh.
Strawberries.
It's overwhelmingly good. It tastes like fresh ass strawberries.
Wow. Ass strawberry.
What's an ass strawberry?
Because they
sounds gross, Hannah.
because I think the lactose like sweetens it up. You know, sometimes you lose the sweetness, I think, when you use like strawberry juice or whatever. It's so delicious. And it's like pink. Wow. It's really nice. My third drink, if you all wouldn't mind joining me in Spindrift Corner.
Oh. Boing. Oh, I don't need to make the noise. You will. Ooh.
Lime.
Yeah. It's lime, which we talked about last week as a new flavor we hadn't tried.
Release a key lime.
Yeah, Spindrift.
Hey, do it.
Spindrift.
You won't.
Now.
Have they sponsored us yet?
Spindrift, what are you, chicken to sponsor us and release a key lime Spindrift and have us try it first and review it for the world? We'll give it a good review.
We'll give it a good review. We can already tell you that, but we'll be honest about it.
Yeah, it'll be honestly good.
I have also had that flavor.
Lime. Okay, hang on.
I think I have too.
Well, what the fuck?
No, wait.
Nobody said anything last week.
It was this week. I had it this week.
I've had raspberry lime. I have not had regular lime. That's what I was thinking.
I didn't know I was supposed to like be saving myself. How is it, Hannah? First impressions.
It's delicious. So actually, I also had it this week. Mom had, we went to see my mama, Aunt Brown, and she had a case of them. Nice. And so I had one there, and I took one home in order to also do a live taste test on the podcast.
Lovely.
It's extremely crisp and fresh.
Yeah.
I do love it. And the other thing I was thinking was, it might be nice to put it in my strawberry beverage.
Oh, wow. I would do a sample first because you love your beer so much.
Yeah.
And if it was not good, then that would be really sad.
You ruin your beer.
I'll do a in-the-mouth sample.
I said it so fast because Hannah was actively about to pour her can of lime Spindrift into her beer, and I wanted... How's that? She's mixing it in her mouth, dear listener. How'd that go?
You know, it's all right, but I think I might keep them separate. All so right. Thank you, Erin.
You're freaking welcome.
You friggin' rescued me. Thank you. Erin, what are you drinking?
I have a cup of iced water, but I have a sprig of mint from the garden that I threw in there.
So fancy.
Yeah, we, our spring garden is in full swing, and we had pulled some mint today to put in our salad, and I had a leftover, and I put it in this drink. And I also previously just drank a popsicle, and it was it was a vegan dreamsicle popsicle, and it was very delicious. That brand is Good Pop, and I would agree with that brand name.
Okay, I was gonna ask if that was the brand name.
Good Pop, more like Great Pop.
Good Pop. Good Pop, more like Good Pop. Beautiful.
So that's a little auditory for you.
Yo, I want to show you something. I think I'll probably make a before and after on like Instagram that I can link to so people can see. But do you remember I was telling you about like year 2 gardening and how rewarding it's been?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I have pictures. Actually, I'll put them on the Slack. Here's my bleeding. So I told you about the bleeding heart in the front yard that we thought was dead. Here's what it looked like around the time that I last talked about it, which was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And here is what it looks like right now.
For some reason, I thought you were going to show us your phone.
Well, I was, but I decided that would be wrong.
That would be wrong.
That would be wrong.
I don't know why I keep closing Slack. I guess I don't
Why do you keep doing that?
I don't want to be dislacked.
I only have one picture here.
I only have one picture here.
Hold up. There it
Whoa.
is.
This is before.
The first one is before.
Wow.
Flowers. Wait, Kylie loves these flowers.
Look at those bleedings. Yeah, these are nice. They look
like
aren't bleeding hearts
of bleeding.
Yeah.
Look.
And it's not even in full bloom.
There's a bunch in your yard.
How pretty.
What's the difference between hearts of bleeding and hearts of bursting flowers?
Is that a thing?
I think hearts of bursting are.
Hearts of bursting? Googling.
Hearts of bursting. Am I making that up?
Googling.
Hearts of bursting look like ball sacks that are hatching open.
Yeah. So that's the difference. So it really should be balls of bursting.
Yeah.
Balls of busting.
The main difference.
Balls of busting. Well, they're really doing it. I apologize. Wow. Did you know each ball contains about 3 to 4 little red little dingles?
That's the anatomically correct
what the
term.
Did you know that about hearts bursting 5K?
Oh God, they're so gross.
Balls. No, neither of these plant items could be construed as a heart, in my opinion.
Oh, you don't think so?
I see
think
the bleeding
hearts
hearts.
look like hearts.
No, the bleeding hearts, yes. I'm talking about neither of the parts in the heart.
Oh, yeah.
Look at all like a heart.
You're right. Maybe like an anatomically correct heart. No,
Not even
that.
Not even.
When you're right, you're right.
Yeah, and you're right.
And you're right. Wow.
I guess
Como is
that's
yelling.
an example
He's
of
yelling.
a positive PR spin because balls of bustin' was gonna be it, but somebody was like, hearts of bursting.
That's marketing for you.
That's marketing 101.
That's a peek into what Hannah does for work.
Yeah.
Yeah. You named this, Hannah?
I
She names
definitely would
flowers.
have gone with Hearts of Burstin'. This is not my work. I named Bleeding Hearts,
Oh, okay.
which I think are very evocative.
That's good. That's good.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good.
That's what I'm going to name my next flower.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, but the bleeding hearts look like hearts of bleeding. So
Yeah.
that's interesting. Hearts of bleeding.
Hearts of Bleeding.
You should have
I wanna
named it
get-
that.
Yeah, I want to get a white one next year. So the white ones the bleeding hearts that we have are pink with white, like, bleeding out of them. And the white ones are just white with white bleeding out of them.
That seems less interesting.
Looks like
somehow.
a
They're
heart.
pretty, though. They're so delicate.
Okay.
I want them both together.
Okay. I'm feeling your vision. Some of them have wings. Hearts of winging.
Yeah.
Hearts
We'll
of bleeding.
workshop it.
Hearts of bleeding and flying away after being bled out.
They're pretty. They remind
They're
me
pretty.
of like old fashioned, I don't know, weddings. They look like a wedding flower. I don't know.
You look like a wedding flower.
Old fashioned. I don't know, weddings. I don't know.
What do you call them? Matrimony. They're very matrimonious.
Anyway, it's going to be so big, and I'm really excited about it.
Very
It's like
congratulations.
big.
already doubled in size.
Amazing.
So
Yeah.
big.
Growing,
So good.
things growing is incredible.
Yes.
Well said.
Thank you.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah. put
And
it
smoke
on.
it.
Who's got upfront stuff?
I do.
Okay.
Listen, I know we don't usually talk about social media till the end, but I just need everyone in the world, in the whole world, to go to...
Because everybody in the world does listen, but not everybody in the world listens to the end.
Yeah, I need everyone in the world to go to my Twitter, Nicely Proof Ben, and just look at the video of my beautiful, sweet little baby girl, Hazel, just being the nicest little girl. Because she does this amazing thing where when you put your finger in front of her face, she just lays her chin on it and lets you scratch her chin, and it's so fucking nice. And I just got a
so
really good video of
nice.
it, and I just watch that video if I ever feel sad, and it makes me happy again. It's so nice.
If you
Wow, it's so nice.
if you follow our Twitter, way too broad Twitter, I also retweeted it earlier today, Friday the 3rd.
And rightfully so.
Yeah.
That's not a way you would use that construction. It didn't make any sense.
You did it.
Well, you all understood it though, so didn't it make sense?
It didn't.
You're right, it didn't. Correct.
Yeah.
You're an innovator.
I'm an innovator.
It's a great
baby.
video. I watched it.
Thanks.
So
Thank you for
sweet.
doing your duty.
So sweet. I have Erin, do you want to talk about what is up online now?
Yeah.
Okay. I have an upfront thing, which is a big shout out to Erin's Monty Story Slam winning. Is that right?
Yeah.
Story, which is now up online, which we'll put a link to in the description of this. What do we do? This podcast.
In this podcast. Yeah, it came out. It was actually funny. I was in it doesn't matter. But they emailed me. They're like, oh, on Wednesday. They emailed me on Wednesday, and they're like, the story's up on Facebook, but I'm not on Facebook, and they didn't have the link anywhere else.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, can you send me a link that's not a Facebook one? And they're like, absolutely, it'll be online on Friday. You can watch it then. And I was like, okay. So I had to wait.
Why the lag? That's odd.
I don't know. I really don't know. They wanted it to be like Facebook exclusive for a couple days. Don't understand.
Don't know.
I'm not a marketer, though. You know, I don't do flowers or stories for marketing, so I can't tell you.
Yeah, I don't know that particular trick. But it did work for me, actually, because I do have a Facebook, so I went on their Facebook and gave them some traffic. So I guess they must know what they're doing.
That's right.
So I watched it.
Yeah, so that's up. That's up.
So funny.
That's up.
What's up? What's up, butt?
That's up.
Butt. It's up online, Bup.
It's up online, Bup. You guys should all watch it. Everyone listening, it's a winner.
Named Bup.
Bup. If your name is Bup, you gotta listen to it.
Yeah.
Legally.
Watch it.
Legally. I'll see you. I don't think I have any up front.
I have one thing. You guys already know about it. But there's a song right now. My Spotify is just set to play this one song on repeat, because anytime that I've opened up Spotify in the last 2 days, it has been to play this song, and then it goes into another song on whatever playlist I'm playing it on, and I'm like, no. Come back. So I can't, it's like I heard it on I heard it by accident on like satellite radio as I was switching over to Bluetooth in my car, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, and I went back, and like ever since then it's been stuck in my head, and I'm like working really hard to get it out of my system. So I did want to give it a shout out. I tried listening to the rest of the album. This is one of those songs where I feel like it's like a standout song, but the rest of the album is kind of like, you know.
That's disappointing.
Yeah. So I put it on that playlist that we made for that kind of thing. But it's called Cool Again, and it's by Shoffy.
Wow.
Shoffy, yep.
Haven't heard of any of those things.
Well, she put it in our Slack, Ben. I listened to it,
She
Hannah.
did?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
Did you like it?
I did. I think it's great. I listened to it a few times in a row.
Awesome, right?
I'm listening to it right now.
It's really good. It's really like, it makes me like dance.
Yeah.
It's like chill, but it makes you dance. And I also think it actually is, you know, where you talk about sort of needing to emotionally connect to songs. The lyrics are very simple, but the chorus, I feel like immediately I understood exactly what position that person was in. And I like related to that feeling so much.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like you don't want to ever. So it's like, basically it's like a breakup, and the chorus is just, if I'm being honest, yeah, it might take a little longer for us to be cool again. It might take a little longer for us to be cool again. I know I said we'll be fine, but that was then. I guess I lied. It might take a little longer for us to be cool. And I'm like, that's it. Like, you know, it's not like you never want to talk to a person ever again when they've like broken your heart like that. That's like the last thing that you want. But you just like, sometimes you just like need space and you need time. Yeah. And you need the other person to know that they have to give you that.
Yeah. You need to like flush it out of your system.
Yeah.
Yeah, great song. Really enjoy it. I feel sad. I listened to it this afternoon, and I feel sad now when you say that you think it might be a fluke, kind of a fluky song.
I mean, you know, I haven't since I kept on just jonesing for that first song, I haven't given the entire album a chance. I've only gotten to like the next 1 or 2 songs on that album, so there could be some other good ones in there.
Cool.
I think I've heard this song before.
Looks like there's a stripped version. It's from 2018.
If I'm being honest, yeah. That's cool.
Oh, there's like an acoustic version. Have you heard it, Anna?
No.
Here.
Thanks. See? Good thing you kept Slack open. Oh, so beautiful.
Oh, this is really nice. This acoustic one.
Everybody should get a bleeding heart plant if you're in a climate for it. They're so pretty.
All right, guess we're off the song. Back to those hearts bleeding.
The flowers and the leaves are so pretty. Anyway, sorry, I opened up Slack.
It's so nice.
Okay, hang on. Let me listen. Aww. Us to be cool again. I really like the voice of the singer, too.
Yeah.
I like the voice that's on doing like the melody stuff.
I like this voice.
Is this music? I like that. I love that.
Are you laughing at me saying the voice of the singer?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, mainly it was the pause for me. I like the voice of the singer.
Yeah. I'm hot. Okay. Should we get into
you hot? I'm Ben.
You're not. You can't be hot. You're technically frozen. All of us are.
Yeah, we're all frozen. We're all dead. We're all dead and frozen in the ground.
I have a funny thing.
Okay.
To tell you, this is really funny. I hope you find it funny. So we have some coworkers in town from Ukraine, and we were walking together, and really doesn't matter. I'm sorry. I'm slow to wake up. Let me restart. You can edit this. Okay, so we have some coworkers in town from Ukraine, and we were talking about somebody whose first name sounds like a last name. I don't want to say this person's full name on our podcast, but this person's we were talking about somebody we had just met, and their first name sounded like a last name. We'll say Jackson.
Okay.
And their last name is Neil.
Okay.
Neel. And my Ukrainian coworker says to me, because I referenced the guy, I was like, yeah, Jackson. And he was like, oh, so his name is Jackson. He's like, I thought his name was, to me it sounds backwards, like Neil Jackson. That was like, and I was like, in America, nobody really has the first name Neil. But because I was thinking in my head, like, I'm very much like a spell categorizer for names, like, inexplicably so. And I was thinking, no one has the first name Neel.
Yeah, accurate.
You know, I totally relate to that experience.
But my other coworkers were there, and they were like, Erin, Neil is such a common name.
I had a similar thing happen to me.
Yeah.
When I was still living in Boston and we were walking around my friend's apartment in Beacon Hill.
You're just walking around the apartment?
We were walking around Beacon Hill.
Okay.
You said the apartment in Beacon Hill. We're circling the room. What do they say? Taking a turn about the room, like in olden days. I said to my friend, would you like to take a turn about the room with me?
Someone mentioned how John Kerry lived on Beacon Hill. And in my head, I was spelling Carey as in Jim Carrey, like Carrey, and I was like, "Who is John Kerry? Is that like Jim Carrey's brother or something?"
Yeah,
and they were like, "No, like the former Secretary of State, and also your former senator, and also the fucking guy who ran for president in 2004."
You misspelled it in your head.
Yeah,
I do that all the time. Ben, we're both name queer.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is that's happened to me before. Like, we know a Sherry, like, with an Sherry, and I know one with a Cheryi. And to me, those names, like, it took me, like, years and years and years and years of knowing both of those people to, like, realize that their names they have like the same name and when you say it out loud. But like in my mind that it like never mixed. So yeah, but that was just a particularly embarrassing and funny one to happen, like in front of like, here in America, nobody has the, because I said it very like, in America, nobody has the first name Neil.
Let me help you. Let me help you out.
Let me tell you a little bit about America.
Wow.
Yeah, it was rough.
What would they do without you? Your drink is so big and so fancy.
Yeah, it's like an entire mint sprig. It's not like a couple leaves. It's like a whole sprig.
It's amazing. Mint stem. I love it.
Yeah. Well, should we pop?
Yeah, let's pop.
Pop, pop. Remember that from Community?
Yeah, pop, pop.
Have we ever made that reference before?
No.
Wow, that's weird, because we pop in every week.
Pop, pop.
So listen, mine is something that I have talked about a lot on the podcast before, but not something I've ever officially brought as an obsession.
Okay.
And it seemed appropriate this week.
Wow.
It is the podcast Comedy Bang Bang, which is my favorite podcast. Except for this one. Well, no, that's not true. It's my favorite podcast. Sorry, this one.
That's okay.
It's really good. And why it seemed appropriate this week is because this week was their 10th anniversary.
Oh.
They've been doing that shit for 10 years. And to celebrate that, Scott Aukerman, the fucking madman, put out, I'm not joking, a 10-hour episode
Wow.
of Comedy Bang Bang with, I believe, 40 guests in total.
Like new content?
Yeah.
Like 10 hours of new content.
Holy fuck.
And it was a bunch of like returning guests from like very early on in the show, and also like some recent like fan favorites. Like he basically had like everyone that like when you see their name in the list of guests, you get excited about that episode. He had like every one of those guests for 10 hours.
Wow.
And did improv for 10 hours straight. It's wild. I think I finished it.
I was going to ask you if you listened to all of it. I did not get anywhere near listening to all of it. I have listened to all of it. I'm looking at my Spotify thing, and I have. Amazing.
It's very good.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Was there clear... Did he literally record for 10 hours straight? Do you know?
It seemed like it, yeah.
Okay. But
I mean, there might have been
gone.
Huh?
People besides him must have come and gone.
Yeah. It was very, in terms of like the guests, it must have been such a difficult thing to schedule, because it was like one guest would come out and one would walk right in, basically. And it would be like one or two guests at a time for like half an hour to 40-minute segments.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very good. But just for anyone who doesn't know about Comedy Bang Bang, or what its kind of format is, Scott Aukerman is the host, and it's basically an improv show. It's an improv show
where they talk to interesting people.
It's the show where they talk to interesting people. That's the tagline.
Yeah.
And so Scott Aukerman will usually have like a comedian or an actor as the first guest. He calls the guest of honor, and they do like an interview, quote unquote, but it's always very silly and not like real interview questions. And then he has other comedians, usually it's usually improvisers from like UCB, that like frequent UCB performers that come in and do the show, or just like other actors and writers from stuff that you know and love, that come in and improvise characters, and like they all interact with each other and do like the whole thing is formatted to be like kind of like an interview, but that's just like the basis for jumping onto a bunch of improv and going into crazy places.
So cool.
It's very, very funny. Scott Aukerman is a very talented improviser. He's like very much able to always kind of steer the conversation to somewhere funny. I found there's been, I don't know, how do I talk about it? It's such a good show, but I'm having trouble talking about why it's so good. Does that make sense?
I mean, I think part of what he's good at is kind of like evolving the show. Like,
Yes, that's true. He makes a very conscious effort to do that. To bring, you mean like bring on new people?
New people and like new segments and just kind of keep things fresh and like new inside jokes, sort of like inside jokes run for a long time, but they don't run forever. They sort of like loop, or he has like inside jokes with a lot of his regular guests. Yeah.
There's like a lore canon that builds up for a lot of frequent guests. And inside jokes are kind of a part. That's part of what's fun about it is like when you've been listening for a while, you start to like feel like you're like in on the inside jokes of the show, which is always fun because inside jokes are always fun. But like I would say as a point of entry for anyone, they do best of shows every year, 4-part best ofs that he hosts with Paul F. Tompkins, who's one of my favorite guests, but is pretty much always playing a character of some kind, except for on the best ofs where he just is with Scott. And they go through the top like 10 to 15 episodes and play clips from all of them, and it's really nice as a point of entry, especially because like I think the spirit of the show can maybe not be hard to get into, but like it's not immediately obvious what's going on when you're listening to it. And like during the best ofs, he like explains like who's playing what character, and like sometimes he'll like give some background on like where the idea for the character came from, because it's really interesting because like some people like Thomas Middleditch, who is an excellent improviser, and Ben Schwartz, actually both of them basically do this thing when they come on where they just like make up a silly sounding name, and then play a character based on that. And that's like all they have beforehand. And then there'll be people who like Paul F. Tompkins will usually like come up with more of an idea and like kind of build up an idea for their character and what like kind of what they want to do with it beforehand. And then, but still take it wherever it goes. They won't be like hard and fast and stuck on that. So yeah, there's a wide range of characters. Sometimes it's like totally fake people. Sometimes people do what's the word? Impersonations. Is that it? Impressions. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, come on.
Hey, Como.
Your little face.
They do impressions of famous people.
Yeah, so he has all kinds of like levels of like experience.
Yeah, that's the other nice thing about it is like he'll have his guests range in like level of fame from like people you've never heard of to like Conan O'Brien. And I've heard of a lot of like smaller shows and stuff from Comedy Bang Bang and what people are plugging, and like a great example of that is Bajillion Dollar Properties, which was on CISO, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
But that was the show that Paul F. Tompkins starred in, and then like all the rest of the cast, like Ryan Gall, Drew Tarver, Tawny Newsome, Tim Baltz, Mandel Mon are like were all relatively frequent guests on Comedy Bang Bang, especially while the show was going on because they were promoting it a lot. And they're all so fucking hilarious, and I love that show and hope that season 4 gets released at some point somewhere, because I would absolutely watch it. But yeah, you get to hear about a lot of different stuff, a lot of different projects from just like funny people you might not have known before. And also like, someone like Andy Daly, who is the kind of actor that like you've definitely seen in something because he's been in a lot of stuff, but you might not like have ever seen him star in anything. He plays a lot of different characters on Comedy Bang Bang and has had several episodes where he plays multiple of them at once and like is just incredibly talented. Like is like a truly incredible improviser. And like it's just that I just feel like improv, it's given me such an appreciation for improv just like as a form of comedy, because I think that people don't get to see it a lot because it's usually, or for a long time it was basically only done at like live shows, because by its nature it's like it exists for that one night and then it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because it's all improvised, but like this is a really nice just like encapsulation, and then it builds on itself over because you like build up this lore with the recurring characters.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, because improv shows can go like crazy places over the course of like one show, from just someone saying some offhand remark, and they like latch onto that and then hold on to that for the rest of the show. Like for the rest of the run of the show, the next set of characters on, they have to like reference those other things and hold on to all of those. It's just great. And it's I went to see Middleditch and Schwartz do their 2-man improv show in LA a couple weeks ago because they were advertising it on Comedy Bang Bang, and it was great. And I want to try and see more improv shows since I live near LA now, but it's just good. It's just a good show. It's been around forever, and there's a reason it's been so successful.
There's like a lot of actors and comedians that I feel like there are things I never would have known that they could do if it wasn't for Comedy Bang Bang.
Yes, exactly.
Like Thomas Middleditch being a great example, because like the first time I really paid attention to him, it was on Silicon Valley, where he plays like a pretty straight-laced I mean, he's very funny, but he's not like, you don't get a sense for like how ridiculous,
the crazy
and insane,
mind he has.
Yeah. Which is wonderful. He's one of my absolute favorites.
Jason Mantzoukas too.
Yeah.
The only thing I ever knew him from was The League. And he just like tends to always play characters like Rafi from The League, where he's just like kind of gross and and weird. I don't know why exactly. Maybe I think his voice really fits it well.
His facial hair.
That's part of it. His facial hair. Yeah, I don't know. But he's like also a really, really talented improviser and just like a very funny person.
Yeah.
Paul F. Tompkins too. I love Paul F. Tompkins.
Man, I think you did a good job describing it. I feel like I'm more aware of like what makes it unique, which is that really like true improv thread and commitment to it, and it sounds really nice.
It's very good.
I've never listened to it. It's one of those things I think for me that there's so much of it, I feel like I'm not sure where to jump in.
Yeah, I totally get that. And that's why I would highly recommend like
the 10-hour
listening
episode
to the best. No, honestly, no. That's not a good starting point, because there's a lot of references to like, because it's just based on like fan favorites. So there's a lot of like inside jokes and references to old episodes in that. But I think the best ofs are a really good place to start. I think that I would say from like maybe 2014 or 2015 on, they really like the best ofs, or the show in general really picked up for me. I think before that, it's not that it's bad before that, but I think there's like still some like problematic stuff earlier on in the show, because it was like 2009 and the, like shock comedy, not like shock comedy. What I'm looking for? Is that what it's called?
I think so.
Sure.
It was kind of more of a fad 10 years ago. Like they'll say like retarded unironically, and earlier, like really early on, and there were some moments where I'm just like, but I think that the show has grown a lot from that
time.
Yeah, and I think especially Scott Aukerman has become a lot more, aware of issues like that.
Cool.
Yeah, I think. Would it be good? Actually, I guess I could save that till the end to recommend other like good episodes that I think are good entry points or good examples for the show.
Yeah, locate some links.
Yeah, that'd be helpful for not just me. I'm sure other people find themselves in this position as well.
Because and next week is the 600th episode. It comes out the day after this episode comes out.
Are they going to do 600 hours? What are they going to do?
They usually for the hundreds, they have either it's like Jason Mantzoukas and Andy Daly, or they have just a ton of people on, like a whole bunch of guests to do like a big celebration style episode.
They could just re-release the 10-hour one.
Yeah, honestly.
Wow, big and bold.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think of. Cool. Great job, Ben.
Great. So
Thanks.
nice. What a nice.
What a nice.
What a frickin' nice.
What a friggin' classic.
Oh, and I do want to mention the older episodes are behind a paywall. You have to have Stitcher Premium to listen to like the whole archive. But they do this really cool thing where they have a few episodes that are just like not behind a paywall, that are older, that are like fan favorites. Like all of the episodes, all of the Farts and Procreation episodes, which are the very famous ones with Adam Scott, Harris Wittels, and Chelsea Peretti, are out from behind the paywall. And then just like other really popular ones from like really early on all the way through like the 500s are out, which is nice of them to do, I think.
Yeah. It's also probably another decent place to start if you're like a little
Farts
more of a completionist. Well, yeah, but just like generally, if they're old and they're out from behind the paywall, they're probably good. Yeah,
they're probably good ones for sure.
Cool.
I'm just looking at Scott Ackerman's Tumblr and laughing at all the pictures.
He has a Tumblr.
Are you talking REM, Remy? I know.
That's the name of his
I know. We talked about that. It's just really funny.
And anytime there's like an article about something new REM is doing, he retweets it and says, "Are you talking REM, Remy?" They had speaking of that podcast, they had a member of REM on the most recent episode.
Oh wow!
They had Mike Mills on.
I don't like it when they really talk about the bands. I like it when they get wildly off topic.
They still get wildly off topic with him.
All right. Fine then.
It was a good episode. He was very fun.
Who? Oh, the guy.
Mike Mills.
The guy,
Mike Mills.
That one guy.
From Rem,
I like the voice.
From Rem. I like the voice. That's it for Ben.
Okay.
Hey, Ben, that was nice. That was so nice.
That was so nice.
Thank you.
It's me now.
I can't wait to hear about it.
Thank you.
What is it?
Okay.
What is it? Tell us what it is.
What is it?
What
is it?
Obsession is two different couples who both make YouTube videos together.
Ooh.
I know what one of them is.
You do. So I've
is
been.
Or are?
I know one of them is R.
I've been doing a really bad job recently of keeping my obsessions like secret from you guys. Like I'll always like tweet something or like text something that gives it away. But
I haven't been paying attention to you this week, so I'm free. I'm free of influence.
Well, most of the things I've been saying to people about it this week have been me texting Ben and Kylie because I knew that they were fans of one of the couples. So the YouTubers are Jenna Marbles and her boyfriend Julian, and the DIY couple Evan and Katelyn.
Never heard of them.
So Ian and I were pretty wildly obsessed with Evan and Katelyn's videos like a couple weeks ago. We've been pretty wildly obsessed with Jenna and Julian this week. And the thing that I was realizing very like a few days ago was that like these two couples are bizarro versions of each other in like the most fun way. Like it makes me want to make an alignment chart of like all of the YouTubers that I pay attention to, or like a bunch of different YouTube couples or something. I feel like Jenna and Julian would be like chaotic good, and then Evan and Katelyn would be like lawful good. I don't know who's neutral good. I don't know any of the other ones, but I know those ones. So I'll start with Evan and Katelyn because I feel like more people probably haven't heard of them. So they're a couple who live in Texas. They recently were able to go to being full-time YouTubers, but before that, he was an engineer and she was a graphic designer. And they both had a lot of experience sort of doing freelance stuff and marketing themselves. And it really shows in their in the way that they market their channel. They have like they have like a really cute logo. They sell t-shirts. They always wear their really cute t-shirts that she probably designed while they're doing their videos. They make a lot of projects that are very carefully thought out from the beginning. And they may run into problems, but they'll explain exactly what happened all along the way. They'll take some stuff like maybe off camera to kind of try to figure out what went wrong. Like they do stuff like they made like a like a really like super powered water cannon. They actually made a couple of them. They do some stuff that involves like chemistry things, like they made one thing, I guess it was just like a regular kind of like a t-shirt cannon or something. I don't think you should put a t-shirt in it because it like uses like combustion to shoot the thing out. I forgot what but then like one time they took a bunch of resin and like tried to see if you could cook an egg using resin because it gets really hot as it cures.
Wow.
And it gets hotter the more that you use. But they also make really beautiful crafts. Like they have this very sort of modernist like aesthetic, and they have this like really nice big house that's like probably somewhere in central Texas, so it's like huge, but it probably cost like half what my tiny house cost. And they do like stuff around the house and record like all the stuff they did along the way to sort of improve their house. Like they'll do like a really simple but beautiful like makeover on like a pantry door or something that looks much more difficult than it is, but they're just really sweet and cute, but they're very like clean. They're very put together. They have one cat. And she's great. They call her their supervisor. And, they like whenever she sort of turns up, they'll do like the thing, which I love, where they, which Jenna Marbles sometimes does too, where they'll put, sort of words next to her, like she's saying them. Sometimes when they're feeling like lazy or like over the last Christmas holiday, they didn't really want to do any big projects. So they just did a video where they just tested, their cat has an obsession with tape. So they just tested to see which tapes their cat liked the best, or which tape their cat liked the best. And that was the whole video. It was so cute and funny. But their crafts usually come out, or their projects come out really beautiful. And they actually also have like started selling them, some of them, like in bulk to, what's the name of that store where you can try a Lisa mattress?
Wood Elm. Elmwood.
West Elm. West Elm.
Yeah. The Monster on Elm Street.
They work with concrete. They're like always sort of thinking ahead to like what's a project that would look awesome but also would be like inexpensive or scalable. Thank you, Ian, we figured it out, I appreciate you. He texted me, West Elm. And then there's Jenna and Julian. The channel's called Jenna Marbles because it's been her channel since before Julian was around, but he's in like every video now. And she also does a lot of projects. But like the approach is so wildly different. I mean, some of them are just like outright just like wild. Most of them are like things that a fan suggested to her and then she got obsessed with them. Like the one that we watched, I was like, I have almost peed my pants watching Jenna Marbles videos so many times. Where someone tweeted at her asking if she would paint her face so that it would blend into her living room chair, which has like a chevron pattern on it. And she's like, I just can't think of any list of reasons why I shouldn't do this. So she just did it. But if like Evan and Katelyn took on like a project like that, they would work hard to match their face paint. They would do research on what materials would be best for that. They would like prep the fuck out of it and they would explain to you everything that they did. And Jenna's just like, she's just like throwing things. At first she's just got like a flat white face. She's sitting on the chair and she's noticing that it's a cream color. She's like, maybe I'll put some yellow on here. And she's just like, it's not half-assing. Like she refuses to ever give up, which I love. She will always finish a project and often it'll turn out better than you could ever expect when you're halfway through the video. Mm-hmm. But like, it doesn't turn out like she wanted it to at the beginning. And it's never because she like did any prep. I mean, she buys stuff to do it, but she just like kind of throws it together. She's got this very like chaotic, but positive and like hilarious energy about her. Mm-hmm. And so does he. And their jokes with each other are very funny. So I just like, I've been having fun like watching her videos and thinking about how they'd be different if Evan and Katelyn did them or vice versa.
Oh, nice. Do they ever, so they don't know each other. Those are just two independent things you've been watching and you're kind of blending them in your brain.
Yeah, no. She's like,
I wouldn't
huge.
doubt that they know each other though.
Huh?
Jenna seems to know like every famous YouTuber.
Well,
so they maybe are aware of each other at least.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're like when you like I don't know a lot about how you judge these sorts of things, and I think she's probably not the type of person who would care about this, but like in terms of just general like YouTube popularity, like they are definitely like at like 100th of what she's at. Like she gets like baseline like 5 million views on everything that she posts. It seems like they're kind of like more in still like the tens of thousands on views.
She's really interesting because she's like basically been around since like the beginning of YouTube. Like she's one of the first people who got really famous on YouTube, and kind of because of that, she's built up like such a dedicated fan base that she can kind of just do whatever the fuck she wants
and she does.
In terms of her videos. And she really just does. Like will continue to get views because, she's Jenna Marbles now, like she's built up that name.
Yeah, you do get that sense that like she knows she can do whatever she wants. But also like I will watch her doing anything. She made it. Yeah. Okay.
She's very entertaining.
She's very entertaining. The video that I watched, I was watching them doing like some of their prank calling videos at work today. I was like listening to it because I thought it was something that would be easy to not have to watch while I was trying to do work. And I was having such a hard time not laughing out loud at my desk that I had to like turn it off. And then later, when we got home, I was watching the I Want to Be Tall video, which I will link to because it's the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen in my life. I waited for a long time to watch it because I was like, what could this possibly be? The name of the video is just I Want to Be Tall, and the thumbnail is like her laying on the ground with her hair like splayed out behind her. And that's like all the explanation that you get. And when you open up the video, it's her sitting in the dark playing on a keyboard where she's changed the sound to be like choral voices instead of like piano. And she's just singing, I want to be tall, like over and over again, like accompanying herself on the keyboard. And I was just like, what is this? But then she has Julian hair, like, so she lays on the ground, like in the thumbnail, she has him brush her hair out straight in all directions. And then she has Julian, what's the word I'm looking for? Hairspray it, like just cake it in hairspray front and back so that she can be really tall there. And then she found these like big platform heels. And she puts really like pants that are like long enough to cover them all the way to the floor over those platform heels, and just like parades around her house with the platforms and this outfit on and this hair, like talking about how tall she is. Like talking about,
because it was her New Year's resolution to become taller,
to grow at least 7 inches taller. She's 32. She's a 32-year-old lady.
What was her like? How did she start on YouTube? What was her like original thing?
I think her first really, really famous video was how to trick people into thinking you're good looking.
Oh, yeah, where she kind of, like, talked about contouring and like, made a bunch of jokes. Like, she's always been very down-to-earth, but also
68 million views.
Yeah. And if you look at her, like, most popular videos, like, if you sort it by most popular, they're all from that early period. And I guess part of that is how long they've been up. They're just great. She's just silly. Very silly. The two of them are very silly. They have a lot of good chemistry.
I'm watching parts of this I Want to Be Tall when I'm watching.
Oh my god.
Her hair get caked in hairspray. It's not really working. She needs some support structure.
That's so funny.
This is reminding me, I watched like this amazing, delightful YouTube video, and I'm sad I didn't send it to y'all sooner because it's 18 minutes long. But did you happen to see this? Relaxing my edges.
No.
It's just great.
I made a mistake. Oh,
Please watch it.
Okay.
Please watch it. This guy is like amazing. He's amazing. I just love him so much.
I think overall, I will watch it. Overall, I think the thing I like about Jenna's videos is that whatever she's decided to do, no matter how ridiculous it is, she commits to it, she sees it through, and then she like plays it up for all it's worth, absolutely everything that she can possibly get out of it before she ends the video. And then usually it ends with bloopers that are like as funny or funnier than the video itself. So like all of that just makes me feel joy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like, and Evan and Katelyn in many ways are the same. They have the same sort of like stick-to-itiveness, but it's just manifested so incredibly differently. Also, they both have podcasts with both their names in them. They both have pets, but they're opposite pets, sort of. 1 cat versus 3/4 dogs. They both live in big, beautiful houses. They both have great chemistry with each other. And they both, I don't know, put out videos weekly. I don't know, what the fuck. I just think it's just kind of funny. Like, I wouldn't even expect one person to love these 2 sets of videos so much. But here I am.
Here you are.
a snowflake.
Here I am.
Wow.
So
is Evan and Kate's channel just called Evan and Kate?
Evan and Katelyn. It's spelled funny. It's Kaetlyn.
Oh. I'm watching the cook an egg and epoxy video.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Wow.
I will post some, maybe a couple of recommended videos from both of them, because they're both wonderful in their own special ways.
What a delight.
Yeah. So that's it. Just we like YouTube.
You know, those YouTube videos are so funny.
The 100 Layers of Things video, also extremely good.
Oh my god. Did you see the, wait, was that the same one with the ASMR in it?
I don't know.
Oh god, she did a video a couple years ago when, like, there were, like, 5 different YouTube trends going around, and she just, like, did all 5 of them in the same video. And it was so fucking funny.
Oh, actually, they both also did a Bob Ross painting video, and they're my 2 favorite ones I've ever seen.
Nice.
So yeah, I'll post to both of those. Jenna's is extremely funny. She did hers first, and that sort of sparked a trend of doing them. And Evan and Katelyn, like, just did one, which is how I became aware of the trend. And theirs was very funny, too. So they both make really good faces, like nervous faces. That's another thing. Anyway. They're the same. They should be friends.
They should. Maybe they will.
Mortal enemies, one or the other. So. Yeah. I'm done.
Wow. I look forward to having some YouTube binges.
Yay. You'll definitely like Evan and Katelyn. They have your like, DIYer energy.
I'm liking it. They're really nice.
Yeah, they're really sweet.
Cool.
Very positive. Erin, what's your obsession?
Cool. Mine is short and sweet. Obsession? Literally. Mine is literally short and sweet. It's Stroopwafels.
Oh.
Oh, I love Stroopwafels.
Yeah, me too. So, here's what happened. Hannah, have you had Stroopwafel?
Yeah.
So here's what happened.
I've never had, like, a real one.
I've never had a real one. I've only had, like, the packaged version. Here's what.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, those.
Yeah, these. Here's what happened. I was in Minneapolis for a conference this week, which was really great, and there was a like exhibit hall where a bunch of employers were handing out swag and trying to hire us and also tell us about their companies in general in case we want to use them. And there was this one company who was handing out Stroopwafels, and it kind of caught me unawares because I think it was at lunch, and they came by with a box of Stroopwafels to hand out to people. Mm-hmm. And everyone at my table didn't know what Stroopwafels was, but as soon as I realized that they were handing out Stroopwafels, I was like, Stroopwafels! And I was like really excited. And the guy kind of laughed and gave me one, and I like, he actually gave me 2 because I was so enthusiastic about it. So I ate them and they're so good. Okay, let me talk about what they are for the listener who doesn't know what Stroopwafels are. Mm-hmm. They are a Dutch delicacy, and they're like thin, sweet. There's like 2 like very thin, sweet waffles, like thin waffles, and they're little baby thin waffles, and they're held together by like a cinnamon caramel. And like a caramel with a little bit of cinnamon in it, and they're just delightful. And the recommended eating procedure is that you put it on top of your hot coffee to warm it up, and then you eat it, and with your happy little face. That. Yeah, it's right here in the instructions. Right there, Ben.
Oh wow!
Yeah, warm it up on your cup. I guess it doesn't have to be coffee, but that's what I would do. So
Does
anyway,
it say anything about your happy little face on there?
That's me kind of inserting my own kind of thing. So my own kind of your happy little face. Oh boy, it smells good. They've been around since basically the 18th century, so they're kind of a Dutch classic.
An oldie but a goodie.
An oldie but a goodie. So anywho, at least, the packaged versions are really good. What brand is this? I don't know. So anywho, so I got really excited about these Stroopwafels, and then the next day at the conference, I happened to find their booth and took some more of an indeterminate variety. But I realized this company is a Dutch company, and that's why their whole thing is. So the guy I was talking to, I realized he had an accent, and he was just delighted that I was so enthusiastic about Stroopwafels because he, that's the delicacy of his people. And so he was like, "I'll send you a case," I laughed, and he was like, "Yeah, let me take a picture of your badge." And so apparently he's gonna send me a case of Stroopwafels.
What? That's awesome.
Yeah. So I've been just eating them, and I have one more left in my bag. I just ate one, but it was one of those things that actually there's a place near me. I know where to get some more.
They have them at my Target.
Oh, they do?
And I very frequently, if I sometimes I have to stop to get groceries on the way home, and I'll stop at Target, and usually I'm really hungry, and I will very often, break down and grab a Stroopwafel.
Oh, they're so good.
Because they're in the snacks that are right next to the register.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, I'll grab one.
Yeah, I'll get a Stroop.
I'll get a Stroop.
I'll Stroop. And you know what I found when I was looking at the Wikipedia article about this is there's an association of Stroopwafel addicts.
I want to have. I mean, not that obviously the packaged ones are really good, but I want to have a fresh one at some point. Go to the Netherlands and have.
Let's go to the Netherlands together and have Stroopwafels.
Hell yeah!
Yes.
I want to go to Europe.
Yeah.
Yes, Way Too Broad World Tour.
Yeah, let's go to abroad and do all the things that we've been talking about on the pod. That rhymed.
Nice. It's Way Too Abroad.
Way Too Abroad pod.
That's wonderful. We need to pivot.
Way Too Abroad. Oh wow, Ben. Yeah.
That's the name of the world tour.
Oh my god!
We just need to book some live shows.
As soon as Spindrift sponsors us, baby, we're going.
Spindrift, please sponsor our tour. We have a great
Way Too
name.
Abroad, brought to you by Spindrift.
Brought to you by Spindrift.
Spinning around the world.
To the Netherlands so we can have some Stroopwafels.
Drifting around the world with Spindrift. Way Too Abroad.
We'll figure out the best Spindrift to pair with Stroopwafels, and we'll be your ambassadors to the world. Let's go to Hong Kong, sponsored by Spindrift.
So another place you can check out Stroopwafel is Great British Bake Off. In 2017,
that's
they
right.
made them most failed in what's some called the worst technical challenge in the show's history. But listen, Stroopwafel is delicious. I just love it. It's so good.
Didn't they do one of those little segments where they talked about the history of Stroopwafels?
Did.
In that episode too?
It was technical.
Let me tell you, if you haven't had a Stroopwafel, go get one. Let me tell you something about it. It's not too sweet. The thing I like about it is it's definitely a sweet treat, but it's not overly sweet. It's the perfect. Yeah. Gosh, it's so good. And it's not crumbling apart. It's the caramel. It stays together. It sticks with you. But it's not chewy caramel. It's not stuck in your teeth. It's the perfect texture, the perfect flavor.
Yeah, it's a solid. Yeah. It's good.
It's solid with a chew. It's not a crumble, but it's not a sticky. It's not sticky. You can dip it in your coffee and it doesn't fall off in your coffee, but it will warm up and get soft. It's perfect. It's a Stroopwafel. Get one.
Get one today.
So, the Association of Stroopwafel Addicts. This is an association for people who have tasted a Stroopwafel at least once emphasized, and like it very, very, very much. There's no obligation to be Dutch.
I will never join an organization that will oblige me to be Dutch. No offense.
No offense.
It's just not who I am.
I won't either because I can't.
Yeah, Hannah, it's not a moral. You're not taking
Dutch.
a moral stance. You literally can't join them.
That's true. That's fair.
Documentation on the history of Stroopwafels can be found in the official Association of Stroopwafel attic posters. You are welcome to print the poster yourself and hang it up in all appropriate places.
Where are these?
You may add yourself if emphasized, you have tasted the taste of heaven, the Stroopwafel. I love this. Self-proclaimed. This is a Wikimedia article.
Okay.
Self-proclaimed honorary life permanently high member. And then it's like a person. Anyway.
I love it.
I love it. Are you going to join that club?
I don't care.
Well, I don't know.
There's no obligation to be Dutch.
I think I could. I think I could. They said the only caveat is only Dutch Stroopwafels count. This is a Dutch.
Gotta be.
Yeah, this is a Dutch manufacturer, and it was given to me by people.
By a Dutchman.
By people I believe to be Dutch. So I'm actually going to shout out this company who has been so kind to me at supplying me with a steady stream of Stroopwafel. It's AppSignal.
AppSignal from...
Thank you, AppSignal.
Yeah, and I believe they do app monitoring. So if you're a software engineer looking for some app monitoring and statistics and stuff, check out AppSignal. They're Dutch. They have frickin' Stroopwafel. Yeah, this is definitely...
And they're very generous with them.
Yeah, they're extremely generous with them. I think he was just really delighted by my untethered enthusiasm about the Stroopwafel, but, you know, it got me to a good place, so.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Great place in terms of Stroopwafel.
That's, yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, anywho, yeah, that's all for me. What more can I say? Stroop!
Stroop! Oh, I perturbed coma once again.
Wow.
So if you had only tasted...
You gotta be used to it.
If you had only tasted the Gibi Bibo Stroopwafel, you wouldn't be able to join that association.
Right, this is not Dutch.
Yeah, it's not Dutch.
You're not Dutch.
All right. Well, that was great. I want Stroopwafel now.
Yeah, I know.
Stroopwafel.
I want Stroopwafel, but I can't do it.
You can't.
Yeah. So I guess what we should do instead is homework.
Okay.
Okay. Hello, I'm Ben.
Hi.
My homework for you today is to listen to Comedy Bing Bong. Start with the best of 2014 and through the current one are all probably the best ones. The Farts and Procreation episodes, which is Harris Whittles, Chelsea Peretti, and Adam Scott. The earliest one being episode, let me find it, 166, which is out from behind the paywall. Very great job.
Very great.
Very great.
Very great job. I will give Hannah a list of some other good ones that she can put in the show notes, because I think it'd be boring to just list them right now.
Okay.
Does that seem correct to you?
Yes.
To you?
Okay, then my other homework is... Oh, also there's a TV show.
Oh, yeah.
A version of Comedy Bang Bang that's on Netflix, all the episodes. It's like 110 episodes. It's obviously different from the show. It's not improvised. But it has a lot of characters that started on the podcast. And they're actually like characters from like Nick Kroll when he had the Kroll Show on Comedy Central. There are a lot of characters he played in sketches that originally started as characters in Comedy Bang Bang, which is fun.
Oh, that's fun.
And Oh Hello, those characters, they didn't start on Comedy Bang Bang, but they played them on Comedy Bang Bang before they ever had the Broadway show. That was like part of their rise to fame, kind of. Fun facts for everyone.
Just fun facts for everyone.
So yeah, my Twitter is nicely proved Ben. everyone has to look at the video of Hazel. It's just too perfect and nice to not look at and appreciate. I have a Twitch that I haven't streamed in a while because I've been studying for my PhD prelim exam, but that'll be over by the day after this episode comes out, and hopefully I pass it so I don't have to take it again.
Yeah, my fingers are crossed for you.
I'm really worried about it.
My Twitch is Disco Greg.
Nice.
Follow me there for Pokemon speedruns.
Peanut butters.
PB!
For Pokemon peanut butters. I'm going to be learning some new RNG manipulations soon. That's it for my name.
Bren.
Broby.
Hi, I'm Hannah.
Hello, Hannah.
I suggest if you're someone who likes, kind of like more of the, I don't know, if you just like fun, sweet couples, actually, just watch both of these and you can decide which one you like better. And I will link to some specific videos, but Evan and Katelyn's YouTube channel is called Evan and Katelyn. Jenna and Julian's YouTube channel is called Jenna Marbles. It's really Jenna's channel, but
Julian has his own channel too.
I haven't watched any of his videos. I feel like
they're just vlogs, but they're really well edited vlogs.
I don't know. He's fine. I just feel like I don't care as much about him.
No, that's fine. I get you.
Yeah.
I get it.
But
he gets you.
I'll probably get there
eventually,
you know. But yeah, they're both just sweet. If you go check out their YouTube channels, just watch whatever looks interesting. It'll probably be really fun to watch. Highly recommend. And my Twitter and Instagram are both at Hanthropology, like the study of people with an H at the beginning of it. I have another podcast on the Pod Friends Network called So Dreamy, which is a podcast about dreams. I recently received a batch of contact cards from my co-host, our cousin Rachel, and I handed them out at work. And now every time that somebody has a dream, rather than calling the number or emailing us, which is what I was sort of hoping they would do, instead they come to me and tell me all about it. But that's also great. I just never feel like, in person, which I also love. I've learned a lot about like even the people in my office's sort of like dream life, which has been interesting because like, I don't know, shit's always just interesting to me. That's why I have a podcast about it. But I always feel weird about like asking if I can record it. So I don't have like recordings of any of that. And Rachel's going to be mad when she hears me say that. But, you know, I got to live my truth.
Yeehaw.
Yeah. So let me see. That's it. I saw in my brain. That was it. Erin, what's your homework?
So, my homework is Stroopwafel. The brand I have been enjoying, and I think is the official like brand to get, is Daelmanns, and that's Daelmanns. They have a website, www.stroopwafels.com. Waffles is Wafels, and like you might be Dutch in spelling it. The kind I've been eating are caramel. They also have other little flavors on here. Free orders over $60, not getting paid. Free shipping over $60, not free orders. Oh boy, I wish.
That's a bad business model.
Free shipping over $60. We'll tag their Twitter, which I'll send to Hannah. Maybe they want to sponsor a podcast. That would be so dope.
Bring us to your country.
Yeah.
Show us how it's made.
Seems like you can, as part of the Way to Abroad tour, seems like you can, buy them at Target, which is great. And all of that. So, Stroopwafel for life.
Stroopwafel for life.
Enjoy yourself, treat yourself. My Twitter is at @ErinByrne. I have a website, www.erinbyrne.com. Check out my, Story Slam winning video that Hannah's gonna tweet out. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
And I'm actually gonna tweet out too, because obviously.
Yeah.
Buy your family Stroopwafels for the holidays.
Oh my god, that's a great idea. Great stocking stuffer.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay. That's honestly such a good deal. 200 Stroopwafels for $30.
Yes.
And if you buy 400, you get free shipping.
And the 24 pack is $20, but you can get 200 for $30?
Wait,
use promo code WayToAbroad.
Where's this, Ben?
Look, on the front page of the website.
Hold on.
Okay, well, we're not going to be a Stroopwafels shopping podcast, so I'm going to continue. If you want to call us and let us know who you think should sponsor us, you can get our voicemail at... Huh? Oh, they're many.
Those are many.
Oh, they are the 200?
Yeah, those are many.
You guys...
Oh, it says it right there, doesn't it?
Okay, 77... Okay, listen. You do your shopping offline.
No, it's online. It's a website, Nana.
Oh my god. Okay. You can call us if you want to leave us a message. Let us know where we should online shop next time. At 774-326-0420.
Stroopwafels.
You can follow our podcast on Twitter at 2BroadPod. You can follow us on Instagram at WayTooBroad. You can email us any old notes about any old thing. Or if you are one of our potential sponsors, our sponsor hopefuls, Spindrift or Daelmanns, you can email us there about like setting up a contract or whatever at waytoobroad@gmail.com. And if you missed any of that, Spindrift, you can find all that information at waytoobroad.com for anything you want. www.earnben.com for anything you need. Mm-hmm. Yep. And please, if you enjoyed the podcast today, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or anywhere that you can leave us a review. It would mean so much to us.
Yeah.
And help us out so much. And we appreciate you. And we love all of you that are listening.
We love you so much.
Yeah. Let me just move this.
Thank you for being here.
Stroopwafel has a really nice Instagram. I would recommend looking at that too.
Ooh, that sounds beautiful. Probably a lot of like flowy caramel and stuff.
Yeah. Just a lot of Stroopwafels in nice places.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, bye.
Okay. Bye. Wait, the podcast candle is now extinguished.
Okay, bye.
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 Talk to you later.
Bye.